You see, because licorice root actually soothes the throat and the lungs, and it's also good for treating allergies, liver disorders, and chronic fatigue. Listen, it's just one of 150 healthiest foods on earth. Take a look to see the others. Did you know that dandelion is used in the treatment of diabetes and is a natural diuretic? And that choline found in egg yolks actually prevents the accumulation of cholesterol and fat in the liver. Or that kiwi works as a blood thinner with none of aspirin's side effects. These are just 3 of the 150 healthiest foods on earth that you and your family should be eating. Nutritionist Jonny Bowden will surprise you with his research on what's really healthy and what's not.
Oh, he didn't say June, it was 1979.
Please welcome to the 700 Club nutritionist and author Jonny Bowden. Or is it Bowden?
It's Bowden.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Nice to see you, Jonny. Okay, so let's talk about the 150 foods that are the healthiest for us. First of all, how did you discover them?
Well, I didn't discover them. They're out there. And it was really a challenge to bring it down to 150 because there's so many healthy things in the world that we don't eat. We eat the same 13 foods all the time. So it was really more of a challenge of how to whittle down the list to 150.
Okay, so let's rock some of that list.
Okay, let's rock some of it.
What first one?
Swiss chard. This is just a nutritional powerhouse. It's a vegetable not a lot of people know about. It's loaded with fiber, and it's got lots of nutrients for the eyes.
Okay.
So it's really low in calories and high in twice the potassium of a banana. This is a great vegetable.
So would you eat that in a salad?
Absolutely. And you can also stir fry it up with some coconut oil or some butter. Wonderful.
Yummy. Blueberries. We know those are good.
Berries are just among the greatest foods on earth. Blueberries actually promote better memory. And studies have shown that rats that eat blueberry extracts actually learn their little mazes faster and act like young rats. So they're really a youthful food. And raspberries have something in them called ellagic acid, which is good for cancer cells, for not promoting cancer in the test tube. So these are very anti-inflammatory. They have plant compounds that actually lower inflammation. And lowering inflammation is one of the most important things you can do. Your previous guest was actually talking about how it ages the skin.
Yeah.
So we need to be on an anti-inflammatory diet, eating anti-inflammatory foods, taking supplements like omega-3s, shea nut oil. There's a product called Flex now that has lots of shea nut oil in it, and omega-3s from fish and flaxseed, and all these wonderful anti-inflammatory compounds from berries. Very important in the diet.
And those are great for antioxidants as well.
Antioxidants and anti-inflammatories, loaded with them. Raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, all of them.
Good to know. Now, what are those, chickpeas?
Chickpeas. These are garbanzo beans, which are like beans with a skin complexion problem. They're the little funny-looking beans. And these are loaded with fiber and antioxidants. And fiber, as you know, lowers cholesterol, lowers blood pressure, lowers blood glucose. It helps prevent diabetes. This is a very important thing to keep in the diet. And studies have shown that people who eat even 4 servings of beans a week have 22% less cardiovascular disease.
Really?
Absolutely. That's an easy thing to add to the diet.
Now, before we move on, is there a difference between maybe the black bean, the kidney bean, the garbanzo bean?
They're minor.
Okay.
The taste is more of the difference. They all have between 12 and 17 grams of fiber. They all have about 12 to 17 grams of protein. They're just a great food, any style of beans you like.
Got a question.
Yeah.
Why do beans make you so gassy?
Because we don't digest them completely.
Okay,
There's an enzyme, and that's why you take Beano, because it provides the enzyme that's missing that lets you actually digest them a little bit better.
I was just wondering. Not that that's a problem for me.
Of course not. Not for me.
Nuts.
Nuts are wonderful. They get a bad reputation because they're high in fat, but it's the greatest kind of fat. It's monounsaturated fat. That's the kind associated with olive oil and the Mediterranean diet. Very healthy for the heart. Plus they have fiber, plus they have minerals.
Well, I'm kind of confused because those are macadamia nuts, which I love, but I thought that almonds were less fat but great, higher in protein?
They have there's a little bit of difference between the nuts in terms of how much protein, how much fiber, but they all have fiber, they all have protein, and they all have really good fat in them.
Okay, so Jonny, if I were to eat a cookie and had macadamia nuts in the cookie, that would be a good cookie to eat? What do you think? No. I tried. I always try.
I try too, believe me.
All right, green tea.
Those chocolate chip cookies, man.
I know.
Because chocolate is good for you. The cookie part, not so much. Anything green is good for you. Green tea has catechins in it, which actually help to lower the risk of cancer, and they may also stimulate the metabolism so it makes weight loss a little bit easier. Green drinks, like this wonderful one by Barlean's, you can get it in the supermarket. You just mix it into water, and it provides all of these extracts of spinach and broccoli and wheatgrass and all these things that we don't usually eat on a regular basis, and they have lots of detoxifying properties like chlorophyll that help you clean your blood out and get rid of toxins and stimulate the liver to get rid of toxins. So it's a great thing to include every day.
Well, I'm shocked to see that there's a burger on this plate.
There's a burger on the plate because people don't understand that meat isn't always bad. What's bad is factory farmed meat, where they fill it with antibiotics and steroids and hormones and all these things that are cancer, and the animals are treated terribly. Grass-fed meat is a completely different animal. They raised on pasture. They eat grass. Their fat is different. They have omega-3 fats. They don't have as much inflammatory omega-6 fats. And they have no antibiotics, no steroids, and no hormones. So grass-fed beef, it's a lot more expensive, but you can eat it less often.
So we go to our butcher and say, I want a grass cow?
You want a cow that's raised where they're supposed to be raised.
Okay.
On the pasture.
On the pasture. Farm. Okay, peppers. I love some peppers.
Hot peppers have something called capsaicin, which is actually a pain reducer. It actually tells the brain not to get signals from something called substance P, which tells you that you're hurting. So it lowers pain and it stimulates the metabolism. And it's filled with antioxidants. Can't beat it.
Now, I always put peppers on my food because it makes me drink more water.
That's not it's a good strategy. Anything that gets you, like the skin lady was talking about, anything that gets you to drink more water is going to be good for the skin, good for aging, good for the body.
I know. Look, you know, I'm almost 55. I'm lying. Okay, here we go. These nut things.
Seeds, much like nuts, loaded with fiber, loaded with magnesium, and different seeds have different wonderful properties. Like pumpkin seeds have something that, for men, very good for the prostate. It's called beta-sitosterol. And sesame seeds have something in them that actually help you burn fat. It's called sesamil. So the seeds are filled with fiber, filled with magnesium, filled with potassium, and filled with different plant compounds that do all kinds of great things for you.
Last but not least.
Sprouts are baby vegetables. So everything that you find in the vegetable kingdom is in the sprouts in a concentrated form. That's stuff that helps prevent cancer, like the indoles, and things like sulforaphane, which help the liver to detox. Sprouts are a great food.
I tell you what, I'm so impressed that you said all that.
In 2 minutes.
I know. You did fantastic. Well, listen,
Thank
if you want more information, which I'm sure you do, Jonny's book is called The 150 Healthiest Foods on Earth, and it is available wherever books are sold. So, Jonny, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I really do.